times over the last 20 years because they will hold this meeting once every 2 years. So among the 10 times, Alphay has hosted this meeting for 3 times out of 10 times. And this is a very high academic meeting because all professors in the world who are researching into medicinal mushroom, they will come to this type of meeting and they will present their paper. They will tell and they will discuss among themselves. They will tell the participants what is the latest findings that they found it from the medicinal mushroom. And in 21st century, we can all see that human is getting more diseases. And this COVID-19 is something so new. And the killer part of it, the killing effect of it is quite scary. Yeah? I am a little bit disturbed also tonight. My daughter has a schoolmate, which is at her age. They are only 28 years old. And one of the schoolmates actually passed away. So due to this COVID-19 at the age of 28. So it is something that we will have to really, besides not going out of the house, we will still have to receive, if you buy grocery through online, whatever, we will still have to receive all these goods from people who send it to us. So you will have to do all precaution. You will have to take all necessary steps, including distance away from the person who actually send the grocery items or who send the fruits, vegetables or whatever to our house. Make sure that they put it outside the house and you will have to spray it with the alcohol. The best, if it is under the hot sun, you let it be under the sun for 20 to 30 minutes. Then you spray it with alcohol before you bring it into the house. Before that, it is like something quite far away. Now it is like people that who we know actually are getting it and they are dying of it, some of them. So it is like something that has struck me that it is something which is so real. So just be careful, everybody, okay? And so now, if we talk about medicinal mushroom, then we must talk about first what actually causes human to be sick. So this slide is more talking about chronic diseases, or even we are talking about a disease like cancer. So everything, all of these diseases is due to damaged body cells. Our body cells are our basic structure because with a big, huge number of body cells, then it forms organ. Okay, each and every organ. So all the major organs in our body, they got to work very well. Then only a person is considered healthy. So if certain organs, when certain number of cells are being damaged, then the particular organ becomes subhealthy. And when the particular organ is not so healthy, it will affect all other organs. So in terms of PCM, it usually the disease can actually start off with one organ being subhealthy, then it will eventually pull down the function of the other organs. Okay, so what happened here is we look at this slide. This is the title of this blue color picture, like a piece of kueh. It is actually human membrane cell structure under the electron microscope. So the one facing up is called outer cell. The one which is facing down, it is actually facing inside the cell. So we call it inner cell. So at the outer cell, you will see there are some, it is like Y shape of trunk. Okay, so those are polysaccharide chain. So polysaccharide chain, they are very important because with all these chains, a lot of chain, multiple million of them, then only this body cell is working. And this body cell will be able to communicate with all other cells surrounding. Then they will carry out whatever function that is needed to be carried out. So due to certain factors, either external factors or when the condition of the body is not so healthy as a person age, then there is these polysaccharide chain are getting lesser and lesser. So that explains why as a person go into old age, they will start off with subhealthy, then later on become unhealthy and go into sick stage. But the sad case about nowadays is that some people do not need to wait till they are into old age. They start having diseases even in the 30s, in the 40s. Okay, so this is very important. So you remember the polysaccharide chain. So this scientist in China by the name of Ji Ruyun, he is very smart. He said, you just imagine every body cell as this set of television at the corner. And the polysaccharide on the cell is exactly like the antenna of the TV. The only difference is the television has one pair of antenna. And our body cell, each and every of our body cell has got a lot of polysaccharides, could be multiple million. So polysaccharides, we are actually very familiar with it. It's just that if you do not study biology, then you probably seldom hear of polysaccharides. But you definitely hear of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates is the common name for polysaccharides. So when we eat carbohydrates into our stomach, we will have digestive enzymes, and the digestive enzymes will actually break them down. So when it's poly means long chain, saccharides means molecule of sugar. So long chain molecule of sugar will be broken down into monosaccharide, means single molecule of sugar. And this single molecule of sugar will be absorbed by the body cells to be stored and to be used up later to give us energy and all that. So this is the carbohydrates. But the High Almighty that who has created human being, he is so kind to us. He also creates polysaccharides inside the medicinal mushroom. So the difference between these polysaccharides compared to the carbohydrates is that the polysaccharides in the medicinal mushroom remain as polysaccharides, and we are able to eat it into our stomach, and it will be absorbed in the original context polysaccharides, and you will be able to repair the damaged cells, our cells who are damaged, which the polysaccharides are actually dying off, and then this will be able to replace and repair them. Okay, So what are various types of medicinal mushroom? There are about 700 species of mushroom with medicinal value. Okay, and up to today, the scientist has found out. And Alphay is very advanced, is the world leader, because up to date, Alphay is using up to 17 types of medicinal mushroom in producing our health food supplement. So there are 9 here, you can see. Hericium is the monkey head mushroom. And Poria is, I always thought Poria is Chinese herbs. Actually, Poria is a mushroom. Can you imagine? And Cordyceps sinensis is under the classification as medicinal mushroom. And the middle top here look like drumstick is another type of mushroom. And in the center of this slide is enoki. And we will see the function of enoki later. And shiitake, a lot of us are eating it, some eating it quite frequently. And it has got very good anti-tumor property. And top corner on the right-hand side is Ganoderma lucidum. So Ganoderma lucidum, the common name is called lingzi. And Agaricus brasiliensis is the Brazilian mushroom, which has got very good anti-radiation property. And Coleus vesicolor has got very fantastic, what they call that, anti-tumor property. And all these 9 of them can be found in certain part of the Alphay products. So it is very wonderful. Another 6 here. So 9 plus 6 total, we have 15. And to date, we are actually using up to 17 types of medicinal mushroom. So the last sentence at the bottom here is very important. All these medicinal mushroom have attracted the attention of the worldwide scientists. A lot of them are already proven to be able to optimize our immune system. So this is wonderful news. And I would say that scientists throughout the world, including those researchers from the pharmaceutical industry, they are all researching into medicinal mushroom. And each and every one of them, they are hoping to get something out of medicinal mushroom most likely to cure cancer, because cancer until today, it is quite difficult to cure. Okay, so with this, I go into what are actually Alphay products all about. So, Alphay products is actually combination of rare, edible, and medicinal mushroom. So, if you look at the product ingredients, there are so many types of them. And the interesting part is, if we are using combination, so how do we combine it? We actually use the famous, what they call that, Chinese multiple compound formulation. So we are helpful with both food and medicine function from the same source, meaning that from the same bottle of products, if a person is very healthy, if he is taking this, then the capsule, the powder inside the capsule will become food to feed his body cells. And another person, which he has certain medical condition, and he take the same bottle of products, as the product goes into his body, into his bloodstream, this particular active ingredients will exercise the therapeutic function inside the, what you call it, inside the body. So it is high concentration of active ingredients, because we used very high technology to extract the bioactive ingredients from all these, what they call it, important medicinal mushroom. Okay, So, Chinese ancestor has been using this, what you call that, medicinal mushroom, especially lingzi. Lingzi is found in a lot of, by archaeologists, in a lot of sites, ancient sites that they have found. The latest is 2018. That means 3 years ago, they found spore powder, lingzi spore powder, and they used the isotope carbon-14. They can actually trace back that the Chinese ancestor had been using lingzi for more than 4,800 years. So they used it without knowing what is inside, because those days you do not have scientific apparatus to check. Only through experience, they know that lingzi is fantastic. So from 1970s, the two countries, the scientists who are the first in the world to research into lingzi a lot is the Chinese, because in the 1970s, the China is a little bit rich. They just ended their whatever war, internal war, external war. And together with the scientists in Japan, this is what they found out. Lingzi has got a lot of polysaccharides and a lot of other medicinal mushroom as well. And it has got a lot of terpenoids. Polysaccharides has got the direct effect on our immune system. It has got direct effect on our immune cells. On top of that, it does the repair, okay, as I've shown earlier. And terpenoids is very, very important. It calms the mind and the nerves. Because it has got calming effect, so it's able to lower the blood pressure. It has got anti-allergy effect, and it improves the liver function. So we all should know that terpenoids is very, very important for people who has got liver problem and for people who want to take good care of the liver. Okay, so last week I have talked about liver diseases. So terpenoids is the important one. Adenosine is more like cleansing effect. It cleanses whatever metabolites, whatever unwanted stuff inside our blood vessels. So in our blood vessels, some of us will have high cholesterol, will have high triglycerides, and even some will have high LDL. So all this adenosine will be able to do it. Amino acids, we don't touch it here, because we all know mushroom has got a lot of amino acids. But to Alphay, the ingredients that we can sense or we are using and we are putting it in the capsules and in the sachets are mainly the top 3. Okay, so these are the very essential bioactive ingredients, and you can safely know that the whole world scientists are all focusing on all this. Of course, they found a lot number of polysaccharides, terpenoids, adenosine from all sorts of medicinal mushroom, not only lingzi. So what is multiple compound formulation? If you are above 40 years old now, you'll be very familiar with the packet on the left, because this packet, if you can recall, our grandmother usually brought this back from Chinese medical hall. So whenever you open up this packet, you will never see a single ingredient inside. That is not possible that you see single ingredient inside. So those below 40, why are they not familiar with this? Because whatever the Chinese physicians are giving out nowadays, it is all ready-made. It is either like Alphay product, it is either in capsule powder form, or it is in liquid form. It is already all pre-prepared. You do not need this packet, and you do not need to boil and cook and boil it for so many rounds, okay? So this is what we call multiple compound formulation. So you look at the Chinese word at the bottom, it is called 君臣佐使. Jing is actually emperor, and emperor, we got to know what is the role of emperor. Emperor is actually put down here in the prescription. In fact, it is in the prescription. The emperor is to address the fella's main problem. The main problem that caused his disease or whatever is addressed by this particular ingredient, and it is actually emperor. And the minister is added on to enhance the effect of the emperor. So this is what is called emperor minister. And the assistant comes in case the emperor or the minister has got some peculiar character that we do not need. Some product, you take it for too long term, it gives the body cooling effect, which is no good. Some ingredients, if we take it too long, it will make us very heaty, which is also no good. So the role of assistants come in is to address all this unwanted character of that particular ingredients. Okay, so courier man will know that this special bioactive ingredients is needed in which of the site in the body. So this is what we call multiple compound formulation. So outside in the market, there could be a lot of people trying to promote to you Lingzi product, which is single ingredient. Then you got to think whether multiple compound formulation is more effective or single ingredient is more effective. And Chinese TCM physician has been using this multiple compound formulation for more than 5,000 years. So the ancient time, the ancestors, they had a lot of wisdom that we are actually benefiting from it now. Okay, so now this is a very important slide. Okay, so at the top there is this box there. It is to show that in the whole world, 5% of the population, this group of people, they are healthy people. And 75% of us, most of us, are in the sub-healthy condition. And 20% of the world population are people who are sick. Okay, So whenever you look at the pyramid, we all know that the least number used is at the top. The biggest pool of it is at the bottom. Correct or not? So because medicinal mushroom is only being researched from 1970s, I mentioned just now. So 1970s until now, it is 50 over years of time. So 50 over years of time, they are trying to produce medicine from medicinal mushroom. And Professor Lin Zibing from, from Beijing University, he has told us very clearly, last year, his talk in September last year, which is near to coming to 1 year, he told us that Lingzi made into medicine in China, there are more than 180 types. So this 180 types of medicine made from Lingzi is to be kept in the hospital to treat sick patients. So the white color arrow pointing at the sick people. So there are a numbers of medicine produced from medicinal mushroom. And the countries that are using most medicine made from medicinal mushroom, you can safely know that it is China, Japan, followed by the Germany and the American. Okay, German and American are following very closely. So they are all deriving medicine, producing medicine from medicinal mushroom. Okay, so the main usage for the sick people. So where is the positioning of Alphay products? Alphay is positioned as health food supplement. So when you look at health food supplement, the big arrow is pointing at sub-healthy group. So we actually have a topic. One of our topics all go by rotation. So one of our topic is to talk about sub-healthy condition. But all of us here should know what does it mean by sub-healthy. A person, like for example, he experienced headache. Usually those days, the friend said, wow, I suffer from very bad migraine. I suffer from very bad headache. He'd be thinking how the migraine and the headache feels like. And nowadays he's having that. And some, they will find that they used to be sleeping very well. And nowadays they don't really sleep well. And some will say that, oh, I got a bit of bubble in my urine. And all this group of people that I have mentioned just now, they will all go running to a hospital. And doctor will carry out medical checkup on them. And the doctors will usually tell this, oh, you are okay, your kidney function tests, they are all okay. Your liver is also okay. You take care, your cholesterol is a little bit borderline. You cannot sleep well, or you think too much, maybe because of this COVID, a lot of people are very stressful. So this is the most the doctor can say. Because this group of people, their body condition is in sub-healthy condition. But in in Western medicine, they have, when they carry out medical check, the medical checkup has got certain borderlines that they have to follow. The moment the figure cross beyond the readings, then doctor will say, oh, you better be careful, your liver enzyme is so high. There must be something. Okay, we do ultrasound. So medical checkup, everybody, please bear in mind, medical checkup is to tell us when we are beyond the level, is to tell us when we are going into disease stage. But if we have signs and symptoms of sub-healthy condition, we got to be smart here, because TCM, the core of TCM, the main objective of TCM is to treat the future disease. If I translate it literally, it means to treat the future disease. It actually means to do prevention. In English, what is to do prevention? If you translate it literally, is 治未病, is to treat the future disease. Don't let the future disease come near us. Don't let the future disease surface. So we got to be very smart. When there is sub-healthy condition, some people, they experience palpitation. They say the heart is pumping so hard that it is going to jump out from the throat. And yet they see cardiologists, and cardiologists say ECG resting very good, exercise ECG very good, heart scan, everything is very good. Your heart is very healthy. You see it's pumping so peacefully. We are here to learn TCM. We got to have this type of knowledge that when our body is giving us signs and symptoms, we better do something. We do something to make sure that this sub-healthy condition, sign and symptom, we got rid of them. So when we actually able to get rid of them, then we can come from sub-healthy stage back to healthy stage. So you all know what I mean. So Alphay products helping a lot of sub-healthy stage people. So from the sub-healthy stage people, you can see that that is the main usage. But there are two arrows pointing at the sick and the healthy people. So we are in this type of, we are in this industry. Definitely there are people who bring us to meet some friends who are sick friends, like those who suffer from cancer, those who are undergoing dialysis, those who are on a lot of Western medication. And can this type of people take Alphay product? Yes. Therefore, there are two tiny arrows, black color arrows, which shows the supplementary use of the products. Okay. So this supplementary use of product can be used together with whatever medicine that they are taking, can be used with whichever, treatment that they are undergoing. Okay? Then, the other arrow is pointing at the healthy people. So healthy people today, if you are here and you consider yourself very healthy, regardless of whatever health age you are, I would like to congratulate you, because it's not easy to find healthy people nowadays. World population only 5%. You look at the box at the top there. So today, if you are very healthy, regardless of your age, there is one particular fact that we have to acknowledge. This fact is that every morning when we wake up, we are one day older. As we go into aging, as we go into old age, the organs will definitely become a little bit unhealthy. So from the healthy stage, if today 60 years old, still very healthy. If today 70 years old, still very healthy. One day we will go into sub-healthy stage, probably in 80s. Some, they are into sub-healthy stage already in their 40s and in their 50s. So if you are very healthy, you look at the small arrow, supplementary use. Alphay products can still supplement our health. It will in fact delay the aging. It will make us don't look at the age. It will delay the aging. It will make our organs as healthy as possible. So that is the good part of it. So when we go into very, very, very old age, then only we go into sub-healthy condition. So this is very important. Everybody got to understand this slide. Okay. And then now the next is, okay, we go into the Alphay products. Okay, the first is balance. Balance your health. Balance your health is a very special product. You hear the word balance means in TCM, we are emphasizing on all 5 major organs. So balance your health is to nourish all 5 major organs at one go. And again, Alphay products are suitable for healthy people, sub-healthy people, and also for sick people. So this product can be taken by all people. Okay. So remember, balance your health. Anyone who is thinking that immunity is a bit low, they catch cold easily, or they, they have flu easily. So this type of people, they can actually take, balance your health. Okay, calm your mind. Calm your mind. When you hear the word calm your mind, then you know that it is very good for the nerve system. Because in order to calm your mind, you need to be very good to the nerve system. So it's a product to nourish our nervous system. And because when it nourishes our nervous system, it's actually making our nerve system more calming. So whoever that they have got problem with sleeping problem, they can take calm your mind. And there are people that who are very anxious. If you see that you have colleagues or you have family members who are very anxious, and especially during this pandemic, the condition become a little worse. And some even can tell you that I think I'm going into depression. So all sorts of people can come and talk to us. And then we all know that this type of people, they need calm your mind. Okay. So talking about calm your mind to nourish the nervous system, the nerve cells, we call it neuron. Neuron is a very special cell that it is not like other cells, like our skin cell. It has got a 28 days cycle. Our neurons don't really age and die off, and new neurons are built. So basically, baby is born. Then when the baby go into mature adult, the neurons will grow accordingly and mature accordingly. So everybody, please look at children. If you have children, small children at home, there are some children more anxious comparing to others. Others, they are very happy-go-lucky. Some children will be in this, Mommy, I cannot sleep tonight. Then you ask her why. She said, oh, tomorrow my school exam. Then usually as parents, we will brush them aside. Aya, silly girl, standard 2 only. Why you worry about your exam? Go to sleep. After tonight, my sharing, you cannot push her aside just like that. You got to understand her. You got to understand him. This type of children, they are born such. So if you think that standard 2 only, you push them aside, ask them to go to sleep. You got to start imagining from tonight. They will be turning and toasting and twisting on the bed, and they are not sleeping because they really have the fear and worry inside themselves. So you imagine this type of children, when they grow into adulthood, how are they going to have how are they going to face the stress in adult life? We all are adults here. We know that adults' stress level is how many thousand times comparing to primary school children. So children can be very disciplined. Children can be very organized. But if you sense any children who are very anxious, please give them this Calm Your Mind. And in fact, I have been telling all members that any children should take this product, because don't wait for them to be anxious, they're only starting to take these products. Because as the children grow, the neurons going into mature stage, if they get the good nutrients from this Calm Your Mind, the nervous system will be very much calmer, so they can face the challenges in life later on in a better way. Okay, so this is Calm Your Mind. And cleanse your liver. And last week, I've talked about this organ, liver. So liver is our biggest internal hormonal secretion organs. And the workload is huge. The workload is huge, but the sad case about liver is that liver does not have nerve inside the liver. The nerve of liver is only at the external, at the membrane. If you have seen a pig liver, there is a membrane, soft membrane at the outer of the liver. So the nerve stays there. Inside, when there is a growth inside the liver, and they actually, people don't usually sense it unless they go for annual checkup, the liver enzyme shoot up, and doctors start to do ultrasound, then only they will be able to pick up. Or else, what happens usually is, when the growth is in the middle of the liver, as time passes, it will grow bigger and bigger. When it is huge in size, it will touch the membrane at the outer edge. Then this fellow will feel the pain. The pain will start from usually at the back, at the arm, at the shoulder. Then he will feel that it's so painful, and it will disturb his sleep at night. Then only he will go to a hospital. That is the reason why a lot of liver cancer cases is actually diagnosed when it is at the end stage. So please take good care of this liver. And besides doing the detox and metabolize a lot of foodstuff, chemicals that we take in, this fella actually is the blood bank. So the whole body blood will have to come through the liver from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. so that the liver will be able to clean our blood. Okay, so this blood bank need to be very healthy. Then only it will store a lot of blood. So when I talk about this blood bank, usually I will talk about ladies, because we have got a medical book. It is named by 黄帝内经. This 黄帝内经, over 1,000 years medical book, it is stated very boldly inside there. Ladies, your capital lies in your liver. Okay, can you imagine, ladies, your capital lies in your liver? We got to understand that for the last 1,000 years, ladies has got one very important task. It is for them to get married and to have the next generation. So whether the lady conceive and can have a lot of children or not, it depends a lot on the liver. So that is the reason why this sentence is put in this medical book. So nowadays, we have encounter, or we have heard of people who are actually having difficulties in conceiving baby. So first thing first, in Western medical line, they will focus a lot on the uterus, and they will even try to do IVF baby. Okay, and in PCN, first thing first, we would want to look at her liver, whether her liver is very healthy or not. Because liver blood is to nourish our ovary and our uterus very well. So if a lady's liver is not healthy, then definitely her menstruation cycle will be disturbed. Either her menstruation cycle is delayed, or she will be having period pain, or she will have very short, menstruation, or she will have very little blood volume. Okay, so very little blood volume is very easy to explain. If the blood bank is lacking of blood, and this uterus is like the water tap, and this tap is on every time when it's time for period, menstruation. When the tap is on, but the blood supply is so little, that's why there are ladies around 40 years old, they always think that they are going to menopause. All this is to show that they are in quite serious sub-healthy stage. Okay, and liver is a lot related to our eyes and also to a lot of parts of our body. So you come to our 5 elements of yin and yang to learn more about liver. But take good care of the liver, okay? This is important. And for men as well, you want to carry on with very good manhood, you need liver, because after all, it is the blood bank. We cannot deny the fact. So if you have friends, whether female or male, whoever friends you have, if he or she she's 60 years old, but she look like 45, 50 years old, then you know that her liver is very good. But if you have a friend who is 45 years old, but he looks like 60 years old, then you should know that his liver is very bad. Not only liver is very bad, all other organs are related. So the other organs cannot be good as well. Okay? Okay, so now I go to the next product. And the next product is 认出气爽. 认出气爽 actually is very, very important now. Before COVID-19, we always tell people, if you are staying in a very, polluted air pollution area, very bad, you have to take this. Chronic cough, asthmatic people, all got to take this. But for people who are healthy, with healthy liver, with healthy lung even at this moment, please take 认出气爽. Because like I've just talked about this pandemic at the beginning, it is getting very serious now. So all of us should protect our lungs by taking this 认出气爽. If you look at all the 6 ingredients stated here, they are all so precious and they all have got very good effect on our lung cells. Okay, so they will help us to increase the immunity of our lungs cell, and also it will protect us from the airways down to the alveolus of the lungs. So this is important. And 金星清显, it is a very special product that it is a lot to protect our heart. Heart is an organ that does not bargain with us. Because anything that doctor find, any diseases that the doctor can diagnose, they usually will give some warning. They have some time frame. Like for example, a doctor can say, so and so, your blood sugar is very bad. And if you come back in 6 months' time, if your blood sugar is still like this, I'm going to start you on diabetic drugs, diabetic medicine. This is what doctor can tell a patient. And another fella, if you don't do any changes to your lifestyle, and if you still continue smoking, probably in 6 months' time, you will have to start your dialysis, or else your life will be in danger. This is what usually doctor can tell. But there is no cardiologist in the world that is able to predict heart attack. There's no cardiologist in the world that will be able to tell a patient that please take good care of your heart. I think in 6 months' time, probably you will suffer from one heart attack. There is no such thing. So heart is a very, very important organ. In fact, in terms of TCM, heart is at the emperor position. Emperor means all other organs is under the command of this heart. The moment this heart stop pumping, or the moment this heart give way, that is where a person's life is in danger. Okay, so now I give you a scenario. there are a lot of there are a lot of heart attack cases happen, and usually those people who pass away, it is at very young age, some in the 30s, some in the 40s, and some even in the 50s. This is considered the prime age. And what actually happened here? Their blood vessels at the heart is not actually blocked, and their cholesterol level is only at the border. But while they are doing cycling, or when they are running for the marathon, or when they are running on the treadmill, they actually drop it. So how to explain this? So for this case, I would like to give a real example. When I was working in pharmaceutical industry, I think this thing happened about more than 20 years ago. Okay, because I have a colleague who was the tennis trainer. So he was usually playing tennis with a few specialists from university hospital. So university hospitals specialists, they are all lecturers to lecture the medical students in MU. Okay, so this special hematologist is a full professorship hematologist. He had a medical checkup, and this medical checkup was actually done by his colleague, a professor in cardiology department. If I tell you who is the professor, then most of you will know. Very famous cardiologist in town. So this cardiologist carried out this medical checkup on this hematologist, and after the few hours of checkup, the cardiologist told this hematologist professor, "Bro, your heart is in superb condition. You can live up to 100 years old, no problem at all." And in the evening, 4 p.m. class, because UH is only next to MU, and you all know that MU has got a few, tennis court. So they were playing tennis there. So this hematologist was there playing tennis, and there was a high ball, and he jumped and he smashed the ball. And the tennis ball dropped. At the same time, he also dropped to the floor. Then surrounded by a lot of specialists, they tried very hard to resuscitate him while bringing him to UH. And you should know that UH is only a stone throw away from MU. And they couldn't actually save him. He actually died of heart attack. So you can imagine, if you put yourself in the position of this cardiologist, his colleague, how would you feel? It is something very sad that they cannot explain. But in TCM, it's very easy to explain. Heart being a muscular organ, heart is working so hard. Therefore, heart also needs oxygen. And there are 3 important arteries on the muscles of the heart. It is to supply oxygen to the heart cells. So what happened here, if a person, let's say his body condition is not very good, he has been lacking of sleep for many months, he was rushing for certain projects, and as long as you listen, as long as when you feel that you are lacking of sleep, when you feel that you are not at the tip-top condition, don't start exercise, don't do exercise. Okay, you must make sure that you want to do exercise when you are in very good tip-top condition. So what happened here is, when a person, when he is playing games or when he is cycling, when the heart is not in the tip-top condition, all organs in TCM recognize qi beside the blood. All organs need blood and qi. And in TCM, qi is to push the blood. Okay, qi is to push the blood. So when the blood cannot flow through certain arteries on the heart muscles, it's just to show that this fella is lacking of qi. So there is not enough qi to push the blood through the heart. So therefore, the particular part of the heart muscles is deprived of oxygen. When this part of the heart muscles is deprived of oxygen, the heart cells start to die. When the heart cells start dying, it triggers heart attack. This is what is happening. Okay. In Western medicine, they know that when the heart cells is deprived of oxygen, it triggers heart attack because the heart cells start dying. But they do not know that you need qi to push the blood. So to them, when the blood vessels on the heart is not blocked, so why this fella got heart attack? So a lot of time is that his time is up. So therefore, he got to go and see his God. So it is not a good explanation because a lot of them actually died when their time is not up. So this is something very sad. So this particular product, Ginseng Qingxian, our trainer, a very smart, a very good, excellent TCM physician, when she was giving a lecture, she said, any man, when you start working, be it if you are in your 20s, even if you are in your 20s, and if you feel that your working life is very stressful, please don't go without this product. Whatever other products you don't want to take is okay, but you please nourish yourself, nourish your heart with this product. This is how important it is. Okay. So ladies will always feel very puzzled. Why Billing come to this slide? She's only talking about men. Ladies, we are a little bit luckier. As long as before menopause, we are protected by our female hormones. So therefore, ladies before menopause, the rate for heart disease and the rate for heart attack is significantly lower compared to men. But ladies after menopause, the rate for heart disease and the rate for heart attack is as high as men. Okay, but the situation nowadays is a little different because I have started hearing young ladies in their 30s also die of heart attack. It's still very much lesser comparing to men. Because ladies nowadays, with the lifestyle which is not very healthy, or also sleeping at wrong hour, and life is also very stressful. Besides working life, they still have to take care of the family life. So all this could actually make them like going into menopause. Some young ladies also, they do not have menstruation cycle for 5 months, 6 months. This is how dangerous it is. So they are actually not really protected by the female hormone. Okay, so to cut the whole thing short, anybody feel that if your life is very stressful, don't stinge on this particular product. It can be life-saving. Okay, so this is Ginseng Qingxian. Now we come to Revi-M. Revi-M is important because it's to nourish our kidneys. And our kidneys in TCM is the number one organ because TCM says kidney is inborn asset, which I always say it is born with capital. Kidney carries the capital which we are born with it. The moment we are given birth by our mother, whichever amount of asset that our parents give to us is already fixed. You cannot increase anymore. So you got to protect your kidney as precious as possible. Okay. So kidney here, it is important because from children, for them to grow to whatever height as defined by their genetically, what is the height that they're supposed to reach? It depends on the kidneys and whether they are very good in studying, whether they are very focused in studying. It depends on their kidneys. And as a child grow into teenage and as a teenage grow into adulthood, whether a person is very determined, is very, has got a lot of energy to work, to carry out his career. It has got a lot to do with the kidneys. So I do not know whether you all have heard of this type of children. They are children that when after the parents, support them through the university education, then they go to work. They work for 6 months, then they fire the boss. Then they sit at home, and then when the parents ask them, they say, I will go and look for a job again. So when they get another job, they probably work for another 6 months, then they fire the boss again. They are like lacking of seriousness in carrying out their life. They do not really have long-term plan. So all this, it was quite shocking to me when our TCM trainer told us that whether a young man is very determined to carry out his career or whether a man is very determined to carry out his business, it has got a lot to do with kidneys. It actually shocked me because my 4 years of pharmacology course, there is no such thing. Throughout all my years of courses, lessons in biology, We only study the structure of all the organs and what the function that they carry out. It has got nothing to relate to the character of the person. It has got nothing to relate to the emotion of the person. And in TCM, all the character of the person, the characteristic of the person, the emotion of the person, everything of this is related to all of our organs. Can you imagine? So this is to show how important it is. So please take good care of our kidneys by taking this Reviem. Okay, and because kidney is master for the bone, so we got to understand that if a person suffers from osteoporosis or if a person suffers from osteopenia and bone problem, definitely when they reach about 60 years old, their teeth will not be good, because kidneys has got enough of essence to take care of the bone, and when the bone is well taken care of, the balance of whatever is left over, that is to nourish our teeth. So if a person does not have good set of bone, definitely he has got not enough essence to take care of his teeth. This is as simple as that. Okay, so take good care of this so that we can grow into old age with a very good set of teeth. So this is the importance of Reviem. And Revi W is a very special, it's a very special product, because if you look at the ingredients, it enhances and increases the blood and qi in our body almost immediately. So if you have got any person who is always very scared of cold, not in the aircon room, the hand is not warm. In the aircon room, the hands are frozen. This type of people need this type of product. Okay, so if you look at the ingredients, they are all very precious to help us to produce our blood and qi. Okay, so Revi W is important. And Revi W can be taken by men as well, because nowadays, due to the lifestyle which is not very healthy, especially sleeping at the wrong timing, so men also can have cold hand and cold feet and can have the sweaty palm. Okay, Okay. So soothe is also very important. So actually I'm telling everybody all Alphay products are very important. So why soothe is very important? Just now kidneys are inborn asset. Soothe is acquired asset. When you hear the word acquired asset, meaning that when the baby is born, if he works hard, he can increase his asset. His health asset can be increased by going through the spleen and stomach. So it is very essential to take care of spleen and stomach by taking soothe. Everybody who has got digestive system problem, please take soothe. And whoever think that we are having very healthy digestive system, also please take soothe. Spleen, stomach start working when we start taking our milk. So if, depend on whatever age you are now, you are in your 30s, in your 40s, in your 50s, spleen and stomach has been working for 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years. Don't you think that if an organ has been used for so many years, you should nourish them? This is where comes the role for soothe. And besides that, all other problem with digestive, gastric reflux, heartburn, stomach ulcer, gastric, even the irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's disease, all sorts of digestive system diseases, even people who suffer from H. pylori, infected by H. pylori bacteria. This, in fact, everybody, whether you are very healthy, you are not healthy, or you are sub-healthy, don't stay away from soothe. This is how important it is. Because if you are very healthy today, you continue taking soothe, then you can go into old age very healthily and can have long life. Okay, so this IEQ is our new product. It is very precious because why? Because of the ingredients. So if you look at the ingredients, okay, like I said at the beginning, the center of this slide just now is enoki mushroom. Enoki mushroom is to enhance the intelligence, is to actually feed our brain cell. And on top of that, it is very beneficial to the liver, very beneficial to the stomach. And besides enoki, we have spirulina, and we have golden years mushroom. And all these, please bear in mind, whenever you look at Alphay's products ingredients, it is not that we dry the whole mushroom and we grind it into powder. We have made all this gone through very high technology extraction. And the process of extraction extracted out all the important bioactive ingredients. And we also study the bioactive ingredients, which are the one which is very important for the brain, in this case for IEQ. It's a very special name product, IQ plus EQ. And walnut, we know that it enhances blood and qi. And in fact, walnut moisture dryness of the lungs and it resolves phlegm. So it warms the lung and moisturizes the intestine. So seaweed and also soy like skin. So all this combination together, it is very wonderful for a child's physical and mental development. And for adults, it is very good to prevent us from losing our memory. And it is also very good to prevent us from going to Alzheimer, dementia, and also the Parkinson disease. So prevention is always better than cure. Okay, so this pearl zest is actually consists of water-soluble pearl powder. So the difference of this pearl powder comparing to those that if we go and get it from medical hall, they grind the whole pearl into powder. So it also consists the water-insoluble part. So we are not supposed to take in the water-insoluble part pearl powder because the water-insoluble part probably will build the kidney stones. So if we take a lot of it, then the kidneys is not able to wash it out, that it forms kidney stone. So for Alphay pearl zest, we do not have this problem. And the important part, it is that the pearl has got abundance of protein and minerals inside. And proteins with a lot of amino acids. And we all know in fact nowadays, there are a lot of people taking in one product called glutathione. Glutathione is supposed to be produced by our neurons and also produced by our liver, by our body by itself. But people start taking it in because as a person age, glutathione the level of glutathione will reduce, okay? So by taking pearl zest, because we have got a lot of amino acids inside, so the body will be able to build glutathione again. And in fact, glutathione is one of a very strong antioxidant in our body. So therefore, this product is not only providing us with calcium, it is also providing us with, it will help our body to build glutathione. So when glutathione is built, it helps with our skin as well. Because the skin need to withstand the UV light, UV radiation. So glutathione stands in because it will protect our skin cell from the oxidative stress. So this is important. And so I go to these smaller slides again. Okay. CN. CN actually stands for cancer no. So when we hear the word cancer no, so probably if you are a new member here, you will think that CN is meant for cancer patient. I got to repeat again. Alphay products, all Alphay products can be taken by healthy people, sub-healthy people, and sick people. CN is definitely needed by cancer patients. But if you are very healthy, if we are suffering from a little of sub-healthy condition, we should take CN as well. It consists of two ingredients, linzhi spore powder, wall brokener, and the cordyceps mycelium powder. So it has got, throughout all the studies, it shows that linzhi spore powder, it is very good to increase the activity of the immune cells. Therefore, it actually directly increases the immunity of our body. So therefore, it inhibits tumor and cancer cell growth. So this is important. And it has got very strong antibacterial and antivirus, property. So for example, we have got people who actually, who are down with dengue. then they take CN, then the platelet actually comes back almost immediately. Okay, so it enhances overall the immune system. So this is a very important product. So whoever who is financially affordable, you can take CN 365 days, 1 day, 1 sachet. Okay, this is good to do prevention. And if we have budget, then we must make sure that we take 4 boxes of CN every year. And the moment when we start the first sachet of CN, we finish it off by 120 days. Do not take CN 1 box, then stop for 1 month, then start another box another month. Then if you do it alternate month, the effect of this CN is not as good as if you continuously taking it for 4 months. Because by continuing it for 4 months, we will be able to achieve the highest peak concentration in our blood. Then it will be able to carry out whatever job that is needed to be done. Yeah, so this is important, CN. And tea. When you hear this, when you look at this 灵芝 tea, don't be alarmed by the word tea. A lot of people will come to me, Billing, I cannot take tea. Don't talk to me about tea. The moment I take tea, I cannot sleep at night. This tea, only 15% is tea. We put the word tea because we put it in a tea bag. So it has to look like a tea bag, and it has to be named by tea. The important part is the 5 precious mushroom. Brazilian mushroom, 灵芝 mushroom, maitake mushroom, king oyster mushroom, and shiitake mushroom. The combination of all these bioactive ingredients from this mushroom will actually refresh our brain cell, and it is very good for people who are day in, day out, every day long hour with computers. And some they are long hour with handphones. Some businessmen even carry 2 handphones. So this type of people, this product is very essential. Even nowadays, children, they are doing online classes. So you can give children this tea. And you can try to do an experiment for people who are using a lot of computers. I did this experiment with my daughter. That was before COVID. She will always carry a tumbler water to the office. So I put in this tea bag every morning. I think I put in for 4 or 5 days. I can't remember, a few years ago. Then I stopped. When the moment I stopped, it was Monday to Friday probably. Then the next Monday, I did not give it to her anymore, the following Monday. After 2-3 days, she came to me. Mommy, what do you put inside my this water tumbler? Can I continue having it? So I did ask her, actually. It's very refreshing because her job is to look at the computer from morning until evening. So this is very important. And for people who are staying in high-rise building, and especially with this MCO, so the chances of stepping on the ground is less. So there are a lot of electric static which is not able to be discharged out of the body. But in fact, nowadays, people who are staying in landed property also, they feel that they have a lot of electric static in the body. So they open the car door, they get electric shocked. They push the trolley also, they get electric shock. So this is electric static. So this type of thing can be cleared by taking the 灵芝 tea. It's very important because if we carry a lot of electric static inside our body, which is no good because our body, 70% of it consists of water, and all the water, they have got their own movement. The electric static inside will actually disrupt their movement, so which is not very good to the body health. Whoever loves coffee, introduce them to Alphay coffee because, again, very important for precious mushroom extract. So while taking coffee, enjoying the caffeine, we are protected by the mushroom extract. Okay, so this is important. So our Vanessa is not here. She will always tell at the beginning that if you are a newcomer, please write down your name and write down the persons who invite you here tonight. After attending 3 sessions of this sharing session, the company will give you 1 toothpaste. So this toothpaste is very special comparing to toothpaste outside. Why? Because it has got very precious ingredients. We actually extracted and put it in polysaccharides of 灵芝 and triterpenoids from 灵芝, and we also extracted out ginseng oxide, ginseng polyethylene from ginseng. So this precious, bioactive ingredients, they are actually protecting our gum very well. So if anyone suffers from gum sensitivity and always suffering from gum inflammation, and in fact some people always suffer from mouth ulcers and all that, you should try this toothpaste for as long as possible, and you find that the condition will be reduced, will be very much improved. Okay, and when we use this toothpaste, you always squeeze out peanut size, then you brush it slowly for 1 over minute. If you can hit 1.5 minutes, is the best. The reason being, we want these bioactive ingredients to be absorbed by the gum. So after that, you rinse off your mouth, then you squeeze out another peanut size, then you brush for another 1 over minutes. So total, if you can hit more than 2.5 minutes to 3 minutes, it will be very wonderful for your gum. And then you will see all the improvement. Okay, so this is for tonight's presentation on the products. And I think I am coming to this one.